Zinga.
Zinga.
I broke myself. Hi, everybody. What's up, everyone? We're here for Crush and Obscura. We're having quite the time backstage before going live. Part of the reason why we're late, not gonna lie. But good to see everyone here. I hope everyone's having a great weekend if you're watching live, or just having a great time in general if you're watching this on the replay. But here we are here to review Crush and Obscura, which is the penultimate episode of season 1.
I love that
almost
word.
done. Yeah.
Penultimate. It just sounds so cool.
yeah.
It's like better than finale. It's like, who cares about that? Like,
Yeah, it is about the
We'll
final.
just skip it at this point, you know.
Yeah, skip the finale. Nothing happened.
Yeah, No, I
That's
get
an
that.
important.
It is a very epic sounding word. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining in. Let's talk about these penultimate episodes before the season 1 finale.
Welcome to the Dingus Den.
All right. Well, great to have you back, Ian. Good to know that you decided to like us this week.
Yeah. It goes by a week basis. You know, day before, I'm like, how do I feel about those guys today?
Right, exactly. Apparently, we did something these last 2 weeks, Andrew. I don't know what.
Yeah.
We
didn't like the episodes. Remember the last time he was on, we weren't a fan of one of the episodes, and that offended him.
Oh, right. I don't remember which one that was, but yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
You're right.
I'm trying to remember.
You're right.
What episode was that? Oh, it was 0. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Still,
But you told me you both liked these episodes, so we're okay today.
Yeah, I really liked one of them, and the other one I still liked, but not as much as the other.
Oh, I'm interested to find out which.
Huh.
Yeah. We'll dive into that. But before we do get into the main show and stuff, I want to remind everyone, hit that like and subscribe button for more Dingus Den content. I got, as per usual, more comic reviews coming out. I have some other stuff lined up for later on, but I also started. I put out a first time in maybe 2 years, which is that can't be right. Over a year, first time over a year. I put out a new short, which like I said, it's been a very long time, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna like just do a short to like just review just one of the single issues that I just have in my pile that I really liked. And maybe this will help motivate me to maybe in a way read more, but to also just kind of like read or review some of the things that I read individually on my own, not necessarily reviewed like for the videos. Like some of the stuff I do review wise are like part of a series that I do, not for like my own personal reading. Even though I really like the stuff that like we do here, like this show, for example. But I did that short, which is really cool, and as shorts do, it does really well for a bit and then died. But when it did really well, it was awesome though.
That's nice.
Maybe you should do shorts for your X-Men reading that you've been doing.
You know, I've considered maybe I will. I actually on Thursday, was it Thursday I dropped it? Yeah, I think it was on Thursday I dropped a Magic video talking about the original Magic miniseries, and on Tuesday I'm planning to record one over the original Wolverine miniseries. So I've done a little bit here and there. I thought about it, but I know this sounds like really lazy on my part, but I potentially didn't do anything that I'm reading digitally because I didn't feel like editing in a photo. I was just wanted to easily, hey, here's what I read. Here's a minute of me talking about it. Done. Not including the 5 million takes that I do, but you know, no, I figured that'll get better as I do it more as well. But I it definitely was like 5 takes for that video until I like
No, shorts usually bring in more subscribers. Did you get any more subscribers?
I don't know if I got any from the short, but it brought in really a good bit of views, which I was happy about, at least for like just one and doing it on. So yeah, I plan on trying to do more of them. I know another thing that would be good to do, and a big part of it is just time consuming, even though it would help, is clipping things of the other reviews I do or our show here of highlights, you know. But that's just like, you know, when we're talking about we go at least an hour, some of my reviews do go for an hour. It's like it just take a lot of time to figure out exactly what moment is memorable to highlight for that 1 to 3 minute sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of time. But yeah, that's why I was like, you know, if I just can easily just record something, upload it, and then it's good, you know. So
You should make a short of our Brainiac revelation.
oh yeah, that was the week when Andrew was.
When I wasn't here.
I was about to say, yeah, should find that. Maybe I will.
Somewhere within that 2 hours.
That's a great idea. I do actually like that idea. I'm gonna make a note of that in our chat. So I remember.
Although truthfully, I don't know how you could adapt me to a short when it takes me like 5 minutes to say something.
Just the highlight of what we're saying there. That's a great idea though, because I
probably
think
find a free software to like put your video in, and it could pump out clips.
so. It does do. So there is some stuff out there that does that. I've gotten a couple recommendations. I just haven't gotten my. See, I'm not gonna lie. Part of it is just laziness on my part, not want to bother with it half the time or most of the time.
I don't know if this is true. I thought I heard YouTube offers a clipping system in the studio. I could be wrong on that. I don't know.
Yeah, I do have a clip button here on my side under the normal video. I think anybody can make normal clips, and I can always take those clips and do things with it too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And so, but yeah, no, that's what I really like about Twitch's system, where you can make a clip on Twitch, and if you like the clip taken of your channel, you can like highlight it as part of your channel page. Which actually they do that with a few that people have done, and so I've only done the one. Like I only have highlighted the couple I actually did. I don't get it. Like people don't normally clip stuff, but every now and then there'll be one. So, but
so I'm gonna admit that I stopped listening to you a minute ago because you have the Hulu thing up on our screen.
Oh yeah. We're actually here to talk about Smallville, guys.
But below it is more from Warner Brothers, so it includes Full House. So I was just thinking, what if Smallville had the Full House theme song?
Oh.
And I think it would actually work. Because like one of the lines is, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, somebody is waiting to carry you home. Like,
yeah,
that's Clark.
I don't think I've ever seen Full House.
You've never seen Full House?
For your childhood.
I love Full House.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I watched it growing up.
Do I know this?
I redeemed myself from the Mario.
Yes, you did.
Andrew's on the rise and I'm on the downfall now.
Yeah.
I've redeemed.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm looking at it to be like, do I know this? I don't think I've ever watched it.
Wow.
I know.
Now I agree with Ian. I feel bad for your childhood.
I think we should. Okay, let's. All right, we're done with Smallville.
I was gonna say
watch Full House
before the Full
House. Did not agree to this, but okay. Apparently that's what we're doing. It's interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't watch, guys, or have never watched, but yeah, that's fine. Anyway, well,
you can just for next week, and I don't know how you would do this with copyright, so maybe you can't. Maybe you will have to sing the lyrics, but just put up like the Smallville opening credits with the Full House theme song.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look up and see if there's not an edit of that somewhere.
I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, my brain.
If you all want to do a vocal cover, I'll edit it on and. I'm not familiar with
a hand to hold on to. They have the word hands in the opening theme song of Smallville. Let your warm hands break right through. Yeah. All right. It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming up Smallville.
Oh, it's so funny. Anyway.
Are you guys happy to have me back?
We're thrilled to have you back to talk about these couple of episodes. Well, let's get into these episodes. First up, episode 19 called Crush. How'd y'all feel about this one before we delve into the specifics?
Why does Chloe not listen to Clark?
When was she supposed to listen to Clark in this episode? Clark said I was going to use
I don't know,
word.
but it seems like even earlier this season when she gets like in these situations, Clark warns her
to stay away from that football guy.
Yeah.
Apparently he was cute.
I guess it's different for girls, but I'm like Clarkson, and I know there was probably the jealousy side a bit on Clarkson, but still, like Chloe's good with evidence and finding things and coincidence and stuff, and a lot. Clark was even showing her like, hey, it's all evidence is clear that he's someone involved, and Chloe's just like,
was thinking that Chloe, if it was anyone else, she would have jumped on that, like the slightest evidence. I mean, earlier in the episode, she's like, well, we can use this partial license plate number and I can contact my guy at the DMV. And he's like, or we could contact the cops that's their job. But she loves breadcrumbs, but you know, her heart was involved. So, yeah. And she got crushed. Ooh.
Literally. Yeah. Oh man.
Crush, you say? What?
What? Okay, but Andrew, you didn't answer the question.
What was the question?
I think it was, what did you think of the episode?
Oh no, I mean I still liked it overall. I kind of figured when they introduced Principal Kwan's son as the episode progressed, and it was like, oh, he got hit by Principal Kwan. I was like, no, it's the son, because why else would you just now introduce his son? That was kind of, I was like, it was probably him, and then turned out
they needed someone to say the line, I see you in a uniform flying, something like
that. Yeah, that's right. When he said that, I was like, huh. But yeah, no, I mean it was a good episode. I'm excited to talk about it. So
all right.
I didn't remember anything about this episode, which is surprising because I really enjoyed it when rewatching it. All I remembered was it was the kid in the show was on a show called The OC, which was on UPN or Fox, one of those. But it was like it was pretty popular during its time. Like, I don't know if anyone cares about it now, but it was one of those kind of big teen hits. So it makes sense that they would bring him over to actually wait. OC might have been after this. Maybe this is what got him the job. Anyways,
I was gonna say I've never seen the OC, so I don't know.
I don't weep for your childhood, but that one, it's okay.
Finally, I found it.
I watched half a season and then I got off track and blah blah blah. Anyways, so that was the only thing I remember was that kid was in it. And I remembered the final scene with Chloe and Clark. But otherwise, I'd forgotten everything else. So it was really enjoyable. Like, I felt, we'll get more into this later, but I felt like this was one of the episodes where, like, the teen drama between all the kids, it felt pretty natural. Like, all of their arguments were made sense with where their characters had been and where they are at now. And people were all very honest, like really calling each other out. And Clark and Lana, especially with their scenes, were just really honest with each other, even though they weren't saying, "Oh, you're the person that I really care about," but they both knew what each other was talking about, you know?
The implication was there.
Yeah. So everyone was really honest, except for the kid that was, killing people behind.
Yeah. That's a good point, because I know Spencer and I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about sometimes the high school drama can just be a little awkward. But I thought it was done really well in this episode. And you make a good point. It felt very authentic. And so I really did like that.
You bring up a good, interesting point, or points there about all the teen drama, because I made a comment whenever we were talking about this, Andrew, but I think we talked about it earlier in the show as well, and Ian knew about this, how I'm not huge into that sort of drama in general, but maybe because of how well written and natural it was, just written into this episode in particular, I thought this episode was great. I really liked this one, and so just something about it all I thought was really well done. And I think you brought up a good point, Ian, of like it was a great culmination to where things have been going up to this point. And it was just I just thought it was genuinely a great episode, and I really liked how it all played together.
Yeah.
And there's just several things too. Like I didn't catch the son right away, being the twist there like you did, Andrew. It took me a little bit longer until when you see him after the fact, it's like, oh, okay. But what was I going to say? It was just a really good episode. And I got to say, one of the reasons I really like this episode in particular was the opening itself. I really like this opening as well. You first
with the music.
Well, I just meant like the events of it. I don't remember what music played in particular here.
Oh.
But like I thought it was a great way to introduce the characters. You meet what's his name?
Justin,
being able to meet Justin, and they don't reveal everything about him right away, but it's a hint to what he's about. And my mind went to, I don't think it was I don't know if it was a thing. Well, I'm gonna have to look up when it came out. But with the events of how this happened, it reminded me a lot of an anime that I really like. I don't watch a lot of anime, but I watch it some every now and then. But there's a great one that you all may have heard of called Death Note, where the premise is there's a journal somebody finds, write a name in it, and then the person dies. Anyway,
I've never seen it because that freaks me out. But
it's a wild show after you get in a couple episodes that like set up everything, and then it's like crazy mind games. But anyway, that's completely beside the point. Although I do highly recommend for you to watch it. No.
All right, that's the next show we're talking about after Smallville.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'll decide that I won't like you guys for however long you watch that.
I may join you in that.
But just gonna be just me talking about it, apparently.
Yeah.
I bring that up though because we later learn obviously that this person's powers is like telekinesis that he can do, essentially. But the way it's first shown, it just shows him manipulating a page with his drawing ability. And it's like, oh, he has some sort of like connection that way. And that's where my mind went, is it felt very Death Note to me, where you see this drawing. Obviously, you knew something was up there because you knew his hand was, what's the word?
No, he wasn't using his powers in that scene. He just was scribbling over.
No. You knew something was up because of the good picture there.
Oh, yeah.
That's, yes. And so
I will say, though, his first picture that he drew, that's about my drawing skills, so he really shouldn't be complaining. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, that for sure. My drawing skill isn't great either. But yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, you did great, Ian. Yeah.
It's because I try. Like,
Yeah,
I could show you my first stuff.
Well, it's like my sister can like look at something and then like draw it, and you would think she traced it, but like I would have to trace it and it still wouldn't look half as good. Like,
sure.
She's got good observational skills.
yeah, no, she does for sure. She'll be like, I drew this. I'm like, dang.
She one of those people that can just like look at something and then like 1 minute later it's like a good kind of like scribble.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
she kind of developed it over some
Sure.
years, but now she's at a point where yeah, she can like, like she's drawing even like pictures of people. Like she'll look like she could look at someone's face, and then by the end of the day have a portrait basically
Pretty
of
cool.
yeah.
Nice.
So
Anyway,
she put work into it.
yeah, that's
So
awesome.
if you guys wanted to, you could.
You know what? I'm not going to
Probably.
disagree with that. You're not wrong. I definitely know the biggest problem is myself, but there's also a bunch of other things going on. All right, so point is of why I even brought up Death Note or any of that is because the opening felt very Death Note-esque to me, which I really liked. With just how the first kill happened. It's very horror-ish like in that way, I guess you could say as well with having it all.
Almost felt like Final Destination a bit, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
even though I haven't watched it.
I was gonna ask you, Andrew, do you like those movies?
I like 3 of them and I dislike 3 of them, if that makes sense.
But why would you even watch them if you said like the thing freaks you out, like mortality freaks you out?
I don't know. Well, because last year when the new one was coming out, I was like, oh, I know you don't have to see the others to watch. I was like, oh, I'll watch them. I've always wanted to. And yeah, even the bad ones though, I was like, I know the likelihood of that happening is so slim, but I was like, get all pencils away from me now, you know. Like,
I freaked out after I watched the first one. I was just like it's not a villain. It's just
right, exactly.
You can't stop it. And so I got like really paranoid. So,
see, I've never even flown on a plane before, and even the first one, I was like, I will be driving everywhere.
What if you have to go to Rome?
Then I would probably fly and just pray that
take a boat.
It doesn't explode. Oh, that's true.
Do they have
a lot longer,
but also across the ocean? They should get those.
Yeah.
See trains across the ocean?
Like a bullet train.
Yeah.
But it's on a track that goes across the ocean. So it doesn't have to go under because, you know.
I wonder if there's like some sort of train that you can make where it just like skis over the water.
Yeah.
Like what if you just like slingshot a train essentially, and then there's like a net on the other side.
It's just literally going on.
Yeah. You just aim it and fire, and then I don't know, some sort of catching system at the other end. Anyway, guys, I swear we're here to talk about
like a great idea that will end in horrible tragedy.
I was gonna say that is a Final Destination plot right there. They just open up a new train slingshot, and then it doesn't make it across. Oh man!
Oh my gosh! Anyway,
all right, so back to the creepy hand stuff.
So yeah, I love the opening.
Kill him. It was just that guy now doesn't have hands. That was a pretty horrific scene.
It was. I almost thought they were gonna show it. I was starting to get like,
yeah. I was definitely feeling a little uneasy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
If it was supernatural, there definitely would have been a huge blood splatter.
And then I wondered if the lady was like holding his hands because she was holding into his hands. And
probably was.
Yeah.
God.
Now she can keep a couple of his hands.
Well, wait. Okay, so they said he lost his hands, but okay, so you lose if you lose like a finger, you can like reattach it if you go fast enough. They were in a hospital. Could they reattach your hands?
I don't know because the veins, like.
I don't want to talk about this anymore, even though I'm the one that brought it up.
All right, so Smallville. Yeah, it was a great opening. I really liked the opening. I thought it was a great way to tease what's going on with Justin, but not completely give it away. Because sometimes that's like, oh, we know the premise of this character, you know. But this,
Right.
I just liked how it was a tease. For me, my mind went a completely different direction. I was like, does this person have some sort of magical, like, more ability that would be interesting to see? I don't know.
And like, was he
But I
even
wonder
aware of what was happening? That's the
did
thing, though.
they
They've never explained why he got these powers.
I was just about to say that. I was like, was it kryptonite? Was there somehow kryptonite
Yeah.
with
Because
stuff?
he just said after the accident, which the accident happened in Smallville. Maybe he was already
right
exposed.
Yeah.
But it seems like, as we've discussed, especially since now that we know that kryptonite is sentient because it has brainiac nanites,
Right.
that it melds with a reason for the person, like a purpose or a desire or something, because otherwise it's kind of, I'm not going to bash the writers, but it's kind of stupidly convenient how everyone's powers match exactly what they're going through or what they need. So if we've latched onto this idea that kryptonite is technically sentient, then and it's like melding with someone's
It's like a
brain,
manipulation kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's like using their own inner thoughts and desires to create these abilities. Then maybe there just wasn't any reason for him to have an ability until this traumatic event. Maybe that's what activated it.
That's a good point. Yeah, maybe when his strongest desire became to be able to draw or just move things, then it was like, all right, you're gonna be able to move things. So that would make sense. So
but let me ask you this, because I was thinking about this while watching this episode. He's talking about that this is like his reason for being, and he'll never be able to do this again, and he has to figure out something else.
Right.
But he can still do it. Like we saw that with his telekinesis, he can still create an amazing piece of art. So why isn't he happy or grateful for that?
Well, I think a big part of it is that he never wanted to openly really show what he was capable of. Like everything he did until, I guess, like the end was like secret, right? And so I think that's a big part of it. And the other part is like he probably just wants to use his hands. Like that's natural than using brain power.
If you saw someone's hand like that and then they started showing, look what I drew, they'd probably say, okay, show me. Like, how'd you do that?
Yeah, or like imposter. Like if he does it in like secret and then show his stuff, he's like, well, you didn't do that.
Right.
Especially if it was like today where you could like use AI to make something and then you print it out. It's like, oh, I did this.
Yeah. And but that person has 3 fingers, so no, you didn't.
Yeah, art theft is a huge problem, and AI makes it only worse. And so, it could definitely be something along those lines as well.
But as you were saying, Andrew, like with that he wants to use his hands. I was just someone in my art community that I'm part of was just talking about how they really like the tactile nature of creating a drawing, and that's me as well. I really like using a pencil and graphite and smudging with my hands to create shadows, and I don't really enjoy drawing digitally. Because there is a separation there, not just that it's like there's a bunch of controls and settings that you have to have perfectly to do things the way you want. But yeah, there's a separation there. So maybe it was more about that there is that disconnect.
There's something special about like having something in your hands that you can see.
Yeah, there's just always something about that physical versus digital nature, and it's great.
It's like I could listen to audiobooks to get through books faster, but I just like having a physical book in my hands that I can look at and read, and it might take me longer, but I enjoy it more. So
physical books for the win.
There you go.
Anyway,
and also not about just his art, but about the telekinesis in general. He probably did feel like it wasn't worth it, what he went through to get those powers.
Sure.
Like the massive trauma, like as he said, when you
Mm-hmm.
do you know what it feels like to have a 2,000-pound car hit you?
Yeah.
And like just the trauma and thinking he was gonna
Yeah.
die. And I mean, the people in Smallville are messed up, but I think he has some
You're right.
reason to be messed up.
Yeah. I want to go back to a point that you all brought up a tiny bit ago when we first started talking about this, with that we didn't get to see exactly what happened to him, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I realized that didn't strike me as a thing that we didn't see until you all brought it up. And I think the reason is like I really didn't mind that, just because it's like I assumed it was just the same thing that we've seen every other time with any of these characters. And so I just think that's like why it personally didn't bother me at all, being like, well, sure, you
Mm-hmm.
could have seen what happened, but like
And
Yeah.
I've been getting to a point where it's like, well, even though I've seen these before, but I've been getting to a point where it's like, yeah, I don't need the explanation, especially since a lot of times it seems like the explanation is a stretch.
Yeah.
Like in the next episode with Clark and
Mm-hmm.
his trauma victims having psychic links.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
it's
and also
kryptonite,
too,
whatever.
another car accident. How many times so far in this season has something? I mean, we didn't see the car accident, but
Well, we saw a car
implied.
accident later because he's
Well,
threw
true,
the car
we
into the
did.
guy.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I think we've got a car accident all but like maybe 2 episodes so far.
Do you think that was like a subtle joke in the next episode, where near the end, Clark, Whitney, and Chloe are in a scene together, and Whitney says, "Let's take my truck," and Chloe's like, I'll drive,"
Yeah.
because like Whitney's been in at least two
Mm-hmm.
two accidents where he's been the driver.
Mm-hmm.
So I just
Maybe.
because I was wondering in that scene, I was like, was that a joke within this scene, or was that like a jab at themselves for Whitney's past driving history?
Funny. That's
Very well could be, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, probably good possibility. All right. So, in this episode in particular, this one really stood out to me because we also got to see the relationship of Clark and Chloe really develop, and this being the big main plot line through this. That, I mean, Justin was obviously a big part, being like part of it too, really helping with that narrative of their relationship and all that there. But I like that it like went now that we're in a place where now that Whitney's back with Lana, now we get to, we're getting these things of like, I don't remember if it was in this episode or the next one, where Lex was like, well, you gotta, or Clark's mom, where is like, well, you gotta, you have to just accept that Lana's spoken for at this point and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his mom said the door's closed, and then Lex said you got to take a risk,
Yeah.
But sometimes I think I kind of agree with Clark though. Like it's almost sometimes better, I think, to have someone as a friend than cross that line that you can't cross back on, and if it doesn't work out, if it's like awkward, then you also lose that friendship.
Yeah, ever rarely are those friendships still friendships,
It's also possible because like Clark was talking in this episode, and first off, I do love this scene that you brought up for us here. The first scene at the career day or whatever it is. And Chloe's like, okay, we're going to Metropolis. And he's like, what? she's like, no, we're going to the journalism convention. You were supposed to get tickets. And he's like, oh, I forgot I was with Lana. And she's like, of course you were with Lana. And nothing else is important when you're with Lana. And stalks off. And she has, you know, very much a right to be angry, especially you know, going to this journalism convention would be good for her experience and her career. It wasn't just about Clark. But, you know, Pete then points out, you know, Clark, you're kind of blind. You know, she likes you. And then, so he realizes this, and he goes through this episode like, I guess I never really thought about it, but, you know, I think we could maybe be more than friends. And I'm wondering, does he actually have feelings for her, like romantic feelings? Because obviously they're very close. Or is it just that since he can't have Lana, he's redirecting his feelings towards Chloe? Because I've personally gone through experiences where I've like been into somebody, but then I realize I'm into them just because I'm going through a phase where it's like I feel lonely, you know?
See, that's exactly what I thought too. Maybe she's like a rebound in the sense of, even though he hasn't had Lana yet, he's having to kind of redirect those feelings. And I think they're good friends, and they probably would do well dating. I mean, I don't know if they end up dating or not. I'll find that out, you know, but I think in this episode he's dealing with the two sides of, do I actually like her, or do I like the idea of her?
Yes.
You know?
Yes, so. Like her, or that was very well said. Her or the idea. And what were you going to say, Spencer?
Oh no, I was just going to say, like, yeah, just exploring all these great relationships, specifically with this whole Chloe aspect throughout this whole episode. It was just great to see this side of that. It was hinted throughout the series, but I don't feel like we ever really got into it until this episode. Because all we really knew was like, yeah, they were friends, and that, like, sure, potentially maybe there were could be a thing, but like they never went there, because it was always, well, as Chloe said, oh, it's always about you and Lana. And yeah,
we did learn in the one scene where Clark is talking with Lana about, oh, that's next episode. Never mind. I'll save that for next episode. I just remembered it was for the next episode, so I'll save it.
Okay. I did love Lana and Clark's scene at I think it was the Talon together. No, yes. No, she came to his house.
Yeah, there were two with them in this one. Yeah.
But the one earlier.
Yeah.
At least I think it was the one earlier. But
where she was ordering the pies.
Yeah. And they were having this discussion, and that this and the later one, it came off very like a Romeo and Juliet type Shakespeare play. Just the dialogue that they were having of, they're talking about each other, and they both know they're talking about each other, but they're not directly saying, you know. And I just thought, like, all the dialogue and their longing looks at each other, but both knowing that there's a wall between them. It's kind of sappy romance, but I thought it was just really well done.
Yeah, well, and kind of the vibes I've gotten from Lana kind of throughout this season more and more is I think she would feel bad for Whitney if she broke up with him.
She basically said that in the episode.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think once everything, I think if the stuff with Whitney's dad didn't happen, I think she would have already broken up with him potentially. But you don't want to break up with someone when they're losing a parent, you know?
No, which is why she didn't.
Right, exactly. That's my point. So,
but here's my question.
Yeah.
That in that scene, when at the end, when Whitney comes in and reveals that his dad has passed away, which personally I think that was one too many. Like, they should have left Principal Kwan alive, just like injured, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was surprised when it was like it killed him. I mean, I just thought he would be severely injured.
Yeah. I mean, I remembered that he was going to get killed, but I thought at least I thought he was going to get killed, but I thought it was the earlier episode where he was trapped in the car by the coach who had the fire powers.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that's when it happened, but it didn't. I was like, shoot. I was going to get killed at some point.
I don't, you know, when there's so much crazy stuff happening in Smallville, I really didn't mind that we've been hearing so many episodes on somebody like that we kind of know. Kind is the key word here. Know is finally like, you know, affected by it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Kwan's only had maybe like 5 minutes of screen time so far throughout the season. Like, so we haven't really had a lot of time to like get to know him. I mean, it's still a sad way to go. Like, it was a lot for one episode, but also too, it's kind of like, oh well. But
I just thought piling on with Whitney's dad at the end, and it's like, okay, we're sad about that, but are we still sad about Kwan? And
right,
that is
a small town. Everyone knows each other.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Did Kwan even get a funeral?
That's
his son's going to jail.
Well,
so
we only have the budget for one service. You know,
maybe he wanted to be cremated anyway or something. I don't know.
You still have a service.
So, well, yeah. I mean, some people may just have a private service at that point. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, whatever. My question is,
yeah.
My question is, Lana was walking up to him to break up with him, and this is after she's seen Chloe and Clark getting close. Now she was probably gonna break up with Whitney, and then she would say, Clark, you know that thing you were talking about, like missing an opportunity and you feel like you'll never get it back? Wow.
Yeah.
And then Clark would totally go with her. He would leave Chloe in the dust.
Poor Chloe.
I mean, we even saw it at the end in the scene where it's like he's looking.
Yeah, the way she's looking at him.
And she's like,
she's like, I want a piece of that. And I'm like, you're at your boyfriend's dad's funeral. Like,
but she's just like, I feel like she knows that she's second choice, but it's like her heart is still involved. So what do you do?
Yeah.
It's just kind of depressing.
Yeah.
That if the thing hadn't happened with Whitney, like, it's like, well, sorry, Chloe.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
And the funny thing is, Whitney is starting to kind of grow on me a bit as a character.
I felt the same way. I was like, man, he cut his hair and suddenly
he's making the effort with Lana, for lost time.
Maybe all of his bad attributes were in his hair. It's just like that guy from that myth where they cut off his hair and he lost all his strength and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You cut off Whitney's hair and he suddenly becomes a nice guy. He was even nice to Clark.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about this haircutting conversation.
I was about to say. Maybe Ian won't miss a show again if Spencer just kind of.
Oh gosh.
If Spencer cuts his hair, that will make me always be. Well, it would make me definitely be here because I'd want to see. Cut your hair on the stream.
See, what I'm doing is I'm doing the reverse. I'm trying to get the Lionel Luthor hair. I'm not too far from it. So
we got the Lionel Luthor hair in this episode.
Yes.
Can
easily
we talk about Lex's,
the best part.
Let's
talk about Lex's thing.
Let's get to that. As I thought that was another good plot line in this. Although, was this character ever really mentioned like before at all?
No, I had no idea. I had no idea who she was when she first showed up.
But she is mentioned again. I won't say when or why.
And I think this is the first time Lex has been referenced as Alexander that I can think of. I'm trying to think.
I think so. I feel like Lionel calls him that.
Oh, does he call him that in the pilot?
See, I think he calls him Lex in the pilot, but there are instances later, I think, where in like flashbacks and stuff, he'll call him Alexander.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I
that's
couldn't
definitely
remember.
like his. It's like his childhood name. That's like, it's like it's like something he just had to discard when he grew up. He he talks about in this episode that she wishes she could have been involved in his life, and he's like, I wish you had been, maybe I would be a better man. And maybe that is part of it, that he chose to be called Lex to like distance himself from the parts of his past that were too painful to connect with anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I really felt for Lex in this episode.
Yeah.
I did too.
Like, it's like he's supposed to be a villain at some point, right?
I know. I'm telling you, almost every week with Lex, I'm like, how do you become a villain? Just how? Like, I'm trying to come up almost with theories. Like, I'm trying to think like how it's got to be something bad. Just with how much effort he puts into the Kents, even when Jonathan just pushes him away. So, yeah.
We're getting closer and closer to that breaking point, especially with the end of next episode.
Yeah, because there's definitely like, we've seen it. We've seen like how he dealt with Richard Nixon in that first appearance. He didn't go the route of like saying, you're breaking laws to like blackmail me, blah blah blah, I can contact the authorities. No, he was like, I can destroy you, I can completely erase you from existence, and now you work for me. Like, we've seen those things, but at the same time, it's really like a battle of wills between Lex, and you really do wonder if this woman had stayed in his life, if his mother had survived and been that kind of influence on him, instead of just the influence of Mr. Man with the perfect hair, would he have ended up the way he did?
It's a good point.
What would have happened if Clark had landed in another field? What if he had been found by someone else?
Yeah.
Or what if he landed in Russia? Anyway. Very true. Yeah, I did really like the Lex plot line in this too, and that's part of the reasons why I really like this episode overall, is I felt like both the plot lines, neither of them like were weak. They were both really good. And yeah, seeing everything with Lex, I definitely liked. And I like the thing too of like you first meet her, and then later with Lionel, he kind of brings his side, and it's I don't know about you all, but it's like who do you believe?
I mean,
yeah,
I would probably believe anyone who isn't Lionel.
I mean, that's fair, but then also what he was actually saying though is like it kind of believable though, of like, well, like what, who, like, is she really playing at it? Like, if it wasn't for knowing what Lionel did in the past,
right?
Like, I don't know, it was pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say, before we found out that she was sick from Lionel, I kind of thought she was playing Lex, because we've never heard a mention of her up to this point. It's been 9 years since his mom has passed, and all of a sudden she shows up. Now, I'm kind of surprised the idea of her being sick didn't pop into my head, because that is a common thing that people do. They try to have no loose ends, when they know they're about to die. But I was kind of like, I think she might be playing him a bit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I have, the benefit, because again, I've seen everything, but
he knows.
I mean, just the way that Lionel is so manipulative, and he wants to control Lex. We see him trying to control Lex at every turn. And And like he says, like, oh, this is a test for you. I want you to show how savvy you can be and all that stuff. But anytime Lex comes up with a plan that could be better than Lionel's, he like shuts him down. And just the way that he talked about this woman, like he said, oh, well, she has cancer. I guess it's all that time she spent basking in the sun in San Tropez or wherever it was, San Pedro. Like, what a thing to say about someone that has cancer. It's like, oh, well, you know, he just makes a joke.
Yeah, he's like, she did it to herself, you know. I was like, oh.
It is really interesting though, like why would Lionel, as Lex said, why did you come here? Like, why did he go there? Why did he go and wait in that room with that book held open to that quote for who knows how long before Lex walked in the door? But why? Why did he want to see, was this another test as well, to see if Lex was emotionally compromised in a way that Lionel didn't approve, or
I could see that.
Or that maybe this woman has something on Lionel that he doesn't want Lex to know? It's interesting.
Those are both good questions, yeah.
Be interested in hopefully to learn more. We'll see.
Maybe he was in town doing a shampoo commercial and he just stopped by.
That's entirely possible.
That's it.
Lionel was doing the hair flips for the commercial. And
speaking of, I was thinking with the finale next week, that we should do our superstar for the entire season. And if it's not Lionel's hair, then I don't know don't know what we're doing anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
But it was going to be that one, and then also I think we should pick which meteor power from the season would we want to have the most.
All right. I'm putting these in our thing so we can hopefully remember about them.
Okay, thank you.
All right. No, because that's important, because we'll figure out exactly what we want to do for that, which we will, just so everyone's aware, we are having a guest next week, everyone watching. And so that'll be fun. So we'll have someone to join us to talk about the finale and for whatever fun shenanigans that we end up doing after we talk about the episode. So, yeah. I did have one other thing I wanted to bring up with this episode before we moved on. But before we do that, was there anything else specifically in this episode that you all wanted to talk about? Before we move on to the second one?
I just want to say two things.
Okay.
Thing number one is that when Lex comes to see Clark and he's reading that book, and Clark says, okay, so I've got these two friends who are girls. And Lex says, for argument's sake, let's call them Chloe and Lana.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Lex just knows. He's smart.
Yeah.
Honestly, would you take relationship advice from Lex?
Well, you know what not to do from Lex.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably say this version of Lex, yeah.
You would?
Potentially, depending on what it is. Because sometimes he does have good advice, and then sometimes it's a little out there. So, I guess it depends.
There's advice. Like, I give advice to people all the time, but do I follow it myself? No.
Well, that's a good point, yeah.
So, from what you know of Lex's experiences...
Yeah, he's very much a ladies' man.
Yeah. And he admits in this scene that he doesn't label them, but we know
Yeah.
He says, the only two women I've ever loved, one died and the other betrayed me. And so that was, his mom and this other woman who was like a secondary mom. And so he just...
Yeah, he even says some people are meant to be alone.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like he's completely closed off his heart.
Yeah.
From being hurt like that again.
Yeah. I mean, I think one thing he brought up that was kind of good is, I don't remember if it was this episode or previously, but I think he said kind of like just pick one. Like instead of kind of toying with them both with their emotions, like pick one. Right now, Lana's kind of, I wouldn't say the door's closed, but she's off the table, I guess, if that makes sense right now. So he could either continue to wait it out and see if she breaks up, or be like, I'm going to try Chloe for a bit and see if that works out. Like, I don't know. But.
And not just emotionally string Chloe along.
Yeah.
Right.
Not that he felt like he knew he was doing it, but he totally was.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, just think of like Clark saved Lex, and that created like a god complex, or at least a idea of that he's his savior. Clark has saved Chloe quite a few times.
Yeah.
Like
I think Clark's new kryptonite is girls, because he can't seem to see when someone likes him, even when they're right in front of him. Like,
you're right.
His X-ray vision can't sense the heartbeat, like pumping probably when Chloe's next to him or something. Like,
yeah.
Come on, Clark.
Oh, Clark.
Okay, Spencer, what was your thing that you wanted to talk about?
The only thing I want to mention, and the reason I left it at the end is we got a really well done funeral scene. Like the scene itself was done well.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling sad, but then at the same time, I'm feeling sad for somebody we don't know.
Whitney's dad?
Yeah.
Because we never... Did we see him ever?
We saw one scene with him in the hospital.
Okay.
And I believe that was it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was like, this scene was done well, and then it's just like you don't know that really like you don't know that like he's been in the show, his presence has been heavily in the show.
Yeah.
And so, but not the character himself, so it's like, yeah, it's sad because the character's presence is now going to be gone and for it. But then like you don't know the person, and I don't know. I was just thinking to myself, I was like,
I think the sadness can stem more from like Whitney himself, like thinking about he's only maybe 15, 16 and his dad's gone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Doesn't really see their relationship at all, or never being able to see
a
lot of it. I know I'm like kind of, I guess, maybe a little morbid talking about it, but like it's like I don't know, I feel like it could have been so much better done if like we got just something else there.
I mean,
like previously,
I think like this show, the writers didn't care about Whitney. I mean, it's sad to say, but he is.
It's also true.
I'm gonna say something, but I won't. He is a foil. He is a what?
He's Brainiac.
No, he's not. Well, wait. He did have kryptonite in him. Is Brainiac still there, lying in wait?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Brainiac killed his father. Anyway,
I feel bad for Chloe in this scene too, because right here, the shot I have of Spencer, I almost took that as she was seeing maybe the way Clark or Lana was looking at each other.
She was.
Yeah.
Because maybe even Clark was in the scene at the tail end, and he's talking with Chloe, and he sees Lana go over there because he's always watching Lana.
Yeah.
And she's like, Whitney, we need to talk. And earlier she had admitted to Clark that she needed to redefine her relationship with Whitney. So maybe he was just like, dang
it. Yeah.
Crap. But here's what I was thinking about in this scene is everyone has an umbrella. Everyone has an umbrella except for Clark.
Yeah.
I'm surprised his suit wasn't white at that point. Yeah, why doesn't he have an umbrella? It's raining hard too. Like it's not even a light drizzle.
Well,
yeah,
no, it's raining like that because it's fake rain.
Well,
it's not fake rain. It's
artificial.
When they do a scene like that, they have to pump so much water through to get it to show on camera. So this must have been awful for him because they're outside in Vancouver. It's probably March or April that they're filming this.
Oof.
He is freezing and he can't show it because Clark doesn't feel the cold.
Right. Yeah.
But I thought it was I mean, it's just odd that he doesn't have
I'm surprised Chloe's sharing with him. What the heck, Chloe? Like,
because she's mad at him again.
Oh, true.
Because he's making googly eyes.
Yeah.
Also, he has to stand alone so that he can stand next to this angel statue again.
Yeah. Obviously, the most important part of all this.
I do think. Okay. All right. This little image that you have up on the screen here with him with the angel statue, it makes me think of what Chloe said earlier in the episode. At least I think it was in this episode. I think it was. Where she's like, what do you have, like a savior complex that's like, you saved me and then you act like I don't exist. And it's and she says something like, is it like you do that and then you like emotionally wall yourself off like I feel like that's not something he's actively doing now, but I feel like that is like a Superman thing or basically a superhero thing where you kind of have to like emotionally close yourself off on a personal level so that you can do your job of like saving people. Because if you get too personally involved, you could get distracted, or if you lose somebody, it could totally break you. I don't think he's feeling those things yet, but I think it is an interesting psychological analysis question for him in the future.
Yeah.
Also, I have to go get my charger or I'm gonna disappear. So
right. Well, I was about to move on to the next episode. I remembered. Oh wait, we still have superstars left, but
yeah,
it's give you a moment to come back though.
I think I have time. It hasn't said anything yet. Okay. Well, it hasn't. It gives the 10% warning and then it'll give a 5% warning. So let's do superstars and then I'll go get it.
Okay.
Oh, but just did 5%.
Better go get it. Go get it.
Better go get it. We'll cover the airtime.
We'll cover. Yeah, exactly.
I forgot. Does Jordan? He doesn't die, because that's the scene we kind of forgot to talk about when he like hits Chloe with the horseshoe on the head. Did they mention he ended up in the hospital? Because I can't remember if I don't think he died, because Clark doesn't usually kill the villains or the Freak of the Weeks. Because I know he like threw him to like the lights or something like that.
Yeah, they never said what happened to him.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
Yeah, they did.
I think it was the hospital, right? Like he ended up.
It was the psychiatric ward.
Psychiatric ward.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember. Oh, that's the scene in the Talon. I think that they were.
So if he says to anyone that I threw a chainsaw at this guy with my mind and it just shattered, no one will believe him.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. It was the scene right here. He's talking to Chloe. That's right.
Yeah.
But that is the thing, though. Like he still has his powers.
True.
How are they going to be able to restrain that? You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he could easily just break out.
You have to put in some sort of advanced like brain inhibitor, and then he really becomes one with.
But you know,
Tina
is also still alive, and she can like shapeshift, and she has like super strength.
Is there? I know in Marvel there's like a prison that's like exclusive for like the big superpower bads. So like it's like called the Raft or something like that.
Right.
Does DC have a version of that?
Well, there is a one for Metropolis for Superman villains that I can't remember the name of.
Ah,
Do you
just
remember
send
it?
him there. It's like
Ian?
30 minutes away right now.
Yeah, exactly. Do you remember the name of the big Superman prison? There's a big there's a
Let me look
big
that up.
one.
No. But
The
I
Phantom
will
Zone.
say that there may or
Not
may
that.
not be something in Smallville at some point to deal with this. Not in Smallville. Well, in the show. Never mind.
Well, it's
Stryker's Island.
That's it.
I've
Yes.
never heard of that, surprisingly.
Yep. That's
Probably
where
named after Rikers, which is a prison in New York.
first appeared in Superman Volume 2, Issue 9 in 1987. So
Wow.
there you go.
Send him there.
Yeah, send him there.
Yeah.
But it's probably not a thing yet.
Yeah, that's true.
This comic it's from is pretty cool looking, and I own it digitally, and guess who hasn't read it yet?
Which one?
Me.
Superman issue 9 from it's the Superman series that goes after the 6-issue Man of Steel run. It's still written by John Byrne at this point.
Okay.
So yeah, it's part of John Byrne's Superman run, which I need to read more of. I only read the Man of Steel. I really liked it and then stopped. So, as one does. So, superstars for this week. Who wants to go first?
You do.
Me do? Oh god.
I love that grammar.
Me do.
Me do.
Me go. Me. Anyway, this is great because I really as much as I like this episode, I really don't know who my superstar is at this moment. As I honestly don't know if there's a character, unless I'm just blanking out, like that really like stands out. Like
Maybe it's because they all did so well.
I mean, they all did so well, but then when you look at everyone, they're each in their own, scenario that they have to power through, and so it's hard to say.
You can say Lionel's hair.
I'm not gonna steal your pick, okay?
Darn it.
Not my pick, it's Andrew's.
Yeah, don't steal it, Spencer. Come on.
Yeah. You gotta highlight, even though Justin is the villain here, he also, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have gotten this Clark and Chloe relationship to develop the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say that he's a superstar for exactly what he did, but he very much the impact of his character. However, he had a cool Death Note moment. So, going back to that.
Oh man.
So yeah, that was a rough one. Yeah.
I do feel like it's kind of sad that he had to be a villain, just kind of like from the nature of the format of the show. Because like one, he was really good at the role, and like that scene with him and Chloe where the two of them kiss and everything floats into the air, one, that was quite the kiss, and two, it was just a really good scene, and these two actors really connected with each other, and like, she's like, well, what's happening? And he's like, can you keep an open mind? And she's like, sure. And she just like accepts it. And like the way that he like reveals that, he got these abilities, like the actor played that so well, because it was like this trepidation is like, ooh, do I tell her? And he's like slightly scared about it and nervous and, oh my God, this kind of sounds stupid. But but she goes with it. It's just like, I felt like they fit really well together. So the fact that he had to be a villain and go totally psycho crazy and try to murder her just ruined everything, you know? They could have been. Anyways, my superstar is Chloe. I'll just go with that.
Yeah, I was thinking about going for that one. Okay.
Dang it, y'all took the good ones. Outside of Lionel's hair.
Yeah, there you go, Andrew.
No, I was kind of thinking almost I was thinking Martha, because just she has a brief conversation with Clark about Lana, and
no. That's the next episode.
See, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
I watched the episodes back to back.
I did too, but yeah, she only
all right.
one
Lionel's hair.
Her only line. That's part of the thing about this episode that I also really enjoyed, was that basically it was all on the shoulders of these younger actors.
Yeah.
Like Martha only had the one part where she came in and said what happened to Principal Kwan. And even Jonathan only appeared at the end in the funeral scene. So
yeah,
it's just, usually they're kind of like these pillars that Clark goes to like discuss his problems and stuff like that. But it's like he's kind of like either leaning on his friends more, or he's, empowering himself to make his decisions. So I kind of enjoyed that. Like, I really like those two actors, but I did like how the episode was able to like fully stand with just the focus on the younger people.
Yeah. Well,
so anyways,
just locking in Lionel's hair.
Yeah, you can't use Martha.
Dang it. You know what? The one line, the way she said how Principal Kwan died, she's outside of Chloe. I think she's really the only one that cries over Principal Kwan.
That's true.
Yeah.
Chloe was pretty upset, even though she got into a lot of fights with the guy.
Yeah. But no one else was like, ooh.
Yeah.
We did get more P. I did like, but it wasn't enough, I would say, for superstar level. But it is nice because he was kind of sidelined for a couple episodes. So
I do like that he was the one to like just be like, dude, Clark. Like, I think, he pointed out that the situation was that it was that Chloe likes him. But Chloe was also very right in the fact that when she says, if it's not Lana or Lex, you forget about your other friends.
Yeah.
And Pete really feels that. He just doesn't say it unless he's psyched out on a flower.
And in case we all forgot, Pete is taking the hottest girl in school to the spring formal.
Yeah.
In case
yeah.
you forgot.
I think that's also the next episode, though.
Oh crap. Well, time to move on then, because that's all I'm remembering now at this point.
All right.
Yes, move on. We spent a long time talking about that first episode and other stuff.
I think we can condense this one because I feel like a lot of the issues from the last episode just kind of evolved into this episode. So,
so you were kind of talking about, like, I guess, you hit the head on the nail earlier of really, even though I enjoyed this episode, it's what really disconnected it for me of being not a great episode. Like last one, I would consider would be a great episode. But for Obscura, though, I just liked it. And the reason is because, Ian, you were talking about earlier how it's just a series of these wild coincidences. And one of them being at the beginning here, which is why I was just playing it for us again a moment ago, is I personally found it just like kind of wild of
almost
explosion, or them being at the explosion.
Well, not just them being the explosion, but then somehow Lana just happens to be the one there to be
like it's kind of convenient, basically.
Yeah, it is very convenient, and it's just like, oh, and not only that, but then also the whole Ian also kind of touched on this earlier, the whole mind link thingy with it all. And, it's just one of those things, like, while the story of the episode wasn't bad, when you kind of, like, there's certain things like that kind of, it was a disconnect for me personally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that didn't make sense to me, because I can't remember if they explained it in the episode, is how, obviously the kryptonite got near her, but how she even linked with the officer just because he was the first one that showed up.
I think that was it. That he was
It's
the
like,
first one that linked eyes with her or something.
Oh, okay, because that's also kind of like a bit kind of a stretch, I would say.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, all right, that.
And not only that, but the happens scene that's the bad guy. That just happens to be the bad guy. The one person she runs into,
Right?
Like, yeah. Like, what are the odds?
I was about to say is it's just like I said, the idea of it isn't bad. It's just like the story itself wasn't bad. It was just the how you get there was just really stretching it.
Yeah,
and with how much it
feel
was
like
just put me out of it a little bit.
I mean, this is more for like the explanation of like the psychic link and blah blah blah. But I do feel like a lot of times, like writers on TV shows, especially like with like network TV shows and stuff, they would write something and then they would have to send the script to the studio or go through producers and stuff, and some bigwig would say, this doesn't make sense. You need to write something for someone really, really stupid. You need to write some sort of scene where Clark explains exactly what is going on.
Right. Sure.
Otherwise, people won't get it and they will change the channel. And that usually becomes these very poorly done expositionary scenes, like the one later, that just like, it's just like, I don't care. I don't need to know. I know there's kryptonite. I know kryptonite does bad things. I'm on board. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. See,
I do love.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I just want to say I do love in that scene that Clark gives like this stretch of the story, and Chloe's just like, I'm sold.
Yeah, I don't like over the top exposition. I much rather show don't tell. And so when you have like no explanation and then a character just suddenly knows everything, even with it being Clark, it's very much like kind of dumbed down, and I'm like, okay.
Clark is Clark, not Bruce. Okay, he's not the detective.
Yeah,
I do wonder though, like how did he get there? Like seriously, he doesn't even have. Did Google exist at this time, or was it still Ask Jeeves?
Well,
but like, what do you put into the internet to even find this connection?
Well, like of the carnival, or just who it is?
No, the trauma mind link thing.
Oh,
like he finds like evidence of
that's right,
of like these bombings in London where people like got a psychic link.
Well, I guess there was some kind of search engine in the early 2000s. I don't think it was Google.
I think it was Ask Jeeves.
I haven't even heard of that.
Well, here.
This is a real thing?
Yes, this is a real thing. Ask Jeeves.
I was gonna say I've never heard of that.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure me and Andrew just thought you made up something related to the show that we didn't catch.
All right, I will.
Or at least that's where my mind went.
Yeah.
Okay, I will read this for you. Ask Jeeves was a popular early internet search engine launched in 1996, known for its butler mascot, Jeeves, that answered questions in natural language. But they rebranded it to Ask.com in 2006. Okay.
Oh wow.
I think Jeeves was the name of my of the butler of my D&D campaign. Anyway, I'm like, that name's familiar. Where did I get that name from?
This is Jeeves.
I wonder if that's where my player got the name from.
I mean, Jeeves is a common butler name, so.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow.
See, our goal is to just make Ian feel old with these episodes,
You're very good at it.
Matthew's talking about in the chat the old other stuff. Netscape, which I still use with the email, but it's with AOL now. Alta
Vita, my parents still have an AOL account. Which I don't, obviously.
Do you still have your AOL?
AIM. It was AOL Instant Messenger.
But next, Ian's gonna be like, "Oh, there was MySpace," you know.
So I did use MySpace. However, I didn't use it that much because MySpace came out in 2000. Hold on.
It's probably before I was born, I'm sure.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, and when you joined MySpace, your first friend would always be Tom. That was the creator of MySpace.
Yeah, it says it launched on August 1st, 2003.
Okay. All right.
So
I guess I might have had that in high school. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
had a
year
and some change before I was born, so.
Yeah. My point is, how the heck did Clark even stumble across this information?
Well, he can read really fast, so he probably went to the library and just.
That's true.
But we also saw him struggle with the computer too when he was doing that stuff as well. When we were talking.
Yeah,
about
also true.
So all right, Clark, you're getting a little suspicious here.
Here's the thing that like caught me up, and I don't know if it's something that being like if it bothered you all or not, but we see that one vision of where they knew to dig up Chloe essentially. Of a windmill, and Lana's there like, I don't know this windmill. I was that not the same windmill that they were at the end
same thing
of like 10 episodes ago or something? Like
Nicodemus.
I thought the same thing. I was like,
how do you not like? Right. I get that,
but Smallville's also a farm town. It probably has a lot of windmills. Though.
I get that, but it looked exactly. I'm pretty sure each windmill has like. Windmills are like people, all right? You can look at one and know which one's which.
That's a good point.
No, it's Smallville and it was night. They probably have a few windmills, but hold on, I will find out if it was the same one or not.
But I did think the same thing, Spencer. I was thinking that probably is the same for the sake of the story. It's probably the same.
Literally looked like the same windmill from what I remember, and so I was like, "How do you not recognize this windmill that you and Clark had a great night on?"
Yeah,
you know,
nothing happened. That's what they tell Whitney. Nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Oh wait, it might be the same one.
Yeah, it literally looks like it's the same windmill.
It is the same windmill. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, what the heck?
Well, maybe. I mean, if she had said, "Hey, Clark, it's that windmill that nothing ever happened at."
Oh my gosh.
She's like,
he might have been too distracted by his memories to go save Chloe.
Oh my god.
And then he saves Chloe and he goes, "Hey Chloe, fun fact about this windmill."
I was thinking during the scene with the windmill that the murderer guy specifically, he didn't just bury her, and I guess this makes sense for later, but he didn't just, he covered it up with the sod. Like,
I was gonna say, he buried her like
in
a
grass.
Foot. Yeah.
So he covered his footprints.
Literally. Yeah. He literally, he didn't even really bury her. Like, it looked like in the vision with Lana, she was a lot deeper, and then Clark just like reaches in and is like, "Oh," I'm like, wow, he really didn't bury her at all.
Like, well, you know, he wanted to be the one to find her. He's like, well,
that's right.
I don't want to dig a hole that is so deep that it's going to take me so long to dig out. Like, I've got issues with my back already, so
yeah. Oh, man. That's true. That's right. Yeah. And I love his foolproof plan. Like the funny thing about these villains of the week is their plans. They like think out like one step, and they're like, no one's gonna suspect me because I'm a police officer.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
but did you suspect him, or did you suspect the other guy, or did you suspect?
I thought it was the other guy at first because the other guy was a lot more dismissive of Lana than he was, and he probably didn't want to blow his cover. But
called a red herring.
Yeah, it just I don't know.
Speaking of, we've now had at least 2 people from Battlestar Galactica appear on Smallville so far.
Still need to watch that show.
Mm-hmm. Like the guy who played the other cop,
Still
he's
not
the main
streaming
character on
anywhere?
that show.
Oh.
And there was a girl, speaking of Nicodemus, there was a girl in that episode who, when Lana was all like, I don't care about nothing, I'm not going to do this job, I'm going to go steal Lex's car.
Oh, yeah.
There was the girl at the cafe that was like, Lana, where have you been? And blah, blah, blah. That was, she's another main character from Battlestar Galactica.
You really need to watch it.
See.
Still not anywhere.
I just thought of something else with the police officer's plan. How many people actually knew that Chloe was actually missing outside of like the circle? I don't think anyone really did.
He probably, he would have waited for them to find out.
Because you got to think you want her alive when you find her.
I think
you can't wait too long, you know.
Okay, so I think he would have just kept her at the carnival place, and then let a few days go by and let people realize that she's missing, and then he would be the one to go find her. But then Lana like tells them that she's had this vision, and then he's like, what the heck? How does she know? I have to move her. So he decides to move her to the coffin thing. But at that point, everyone knew she was missing. So maybe he thought he could put her in there and then find her before she. But I don't know.
It would be awfully.
At that point.
The funny thing about his plan is that would be awfully convenient if he was like, I found where she was buried, unless he had some way of providing like evidence.
Well, that's one thing, though. Like, why wouldn't... Okay, if these cops... Well, one of the cops was legit.
Yes, yeah.
Why did neither of them be like, okay, why do you know that she's been kidnapped? Like, wouldn't that then put her on the suspect list? Because, like, she's come forward and saying that she, like, knows this stuff before anyone else does. Like... And her only excuse is that she had a vision. Like, maybe she's the one that kidnapped her.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Maybe that's why the other cop came to talk to Lana again at the end to like. Because he said, "I have more questions for you." So maybe it was like, "Did you take Chloe?" Although at that point, Chloe had been found.
Yeah. And I also was wondering throughout the episode how they would become unlinked. And I was like, oh, someone dying. So
there you go.
Yeah. Bluetooth disconnected, you know.
So I have this screen cap up for you all to see in particular because I unless I'm just forgetting about something, it's like the first time that a villain actually is like wearing a villain costume. Is it?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Because that I can think of.
Is it a costume? Or is it just a mask?
I have never. Okay, still. Point is, I've never seen a mask like this. Sometimes all you need a mask. Ask Dr. Doom.
Sometimes that's Dr. Doom's memoir. Sometimes you need a mask.
That mask in particular, though, I just thought it was funny that this is the first sort of like costumed villain. All right, we'll just say that at some point, at least to a degree. And this mask looked, I don't know if you all thought the same thing either, but that looked a lot like Doomsday's mask. Or like if you know what Doomsday first looks like when you see him in the comics originally. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about, Andrew?
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
Hold on. No, I got you.
He's wearing a mask, and I think he's wearing a mask in the Rebirth comic that he appears in.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna pull this up. Here we go. This is a good picture of what he first appeared
Oh,
in.
wow, yeah.
Okay, if
Zoom
I can
in.
actually make it big.
Zoom in.
There you go.
Yeah, that does look a lot like it.
And so, like, I look at him, like,
yeah,
Doomsday, like, mask. Like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I wonder if someone was specifically going for that.
Yeah, I was just like, my mind immediately went there, and it like threw me off. I was like, Doomsday? What? No, that's not Doomsday. But like, because obviously I knew they wouldn't do Doomsday like at all remotely this early, you know. But like, I was just like, it seemed like such a just uncanny resemblance between the two of how they looked. So,
and that mask is definitely extra. Like, unless he like plays a lot of paintball or something, like why does he just have that? Like he could wear any mask.
Yeah.
But he chose this one.
He chose the Doomsday mask before Doomsday's thing. I don't know if Doomsday.
He was at the store, and he was, he was at Whitney Fordman's store.
I don't think Five Below is a thing yet. What was the convenience store at the time? Anyway,
I don't know. I wasn't shopping then. So.
I was gonna say I wasn't around then either. But yeah. But no, I just saw that. I was just like, it's Doomsday. But not really. The cop is want to be Doomsday. So we've ripped and torn apart the main part of this story. I feel like we've made it sound a lot worse than it really was. Because if you take it,
I was gonna say, I mean, I enjoyed the episode outside of a few conveniences.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it was like, it was legitimately pretty scary at points. Especially like the scene where I'm like, well, 2 scenes, 3 scenes,
4 scenes,
all the scenes.
No, the scene. The one with that the guy is at the hospital, and like Lana sees herself from behind. Now, first off, I personally feel like maybe this was an editing error or a post-production error, because if this was she saw another vision thing, she would immediately be all like, he's here. She would turn around, she would go back into that room, and she would say, Clark, he's here. But it reads like she's just like senses something. Sometimes you get the chills or a vibe or something, and you turn around and nothing's there. It reads much more like that. But they used the specific effect of like when she sees through his eyes. So I feel like that was a mistake, because it just didn't read right for her to not react. But it was still scary. And like later when the guy shows up at the Talon, and she's like frozen, she can't move because she's having this vision thing. And she watches the guy walk up behind her. That would be terrifying.
Oh yeah.
And then last, I wanted to ask you guys, like, the last scene with the bullet coming right at the screen.
Oh, that was freaky.
Did you flinch? Because I flinched.
I don't remember if I did. I might have. I don't know.
It made me cringe, because just like having that come right at you.
I pulled out my inner Clark, and I just was like, all right, bullet, come on.
You want to dance, bullet?
I'll be like that one scene where he could just be moving like this, and the bullet's just like,
yeah.
Oh, bullet. Wow. So funny. All right. Man. Yeah.
I liked the scene with Lex when that reporter guy comes to him, and they go to the guy, and he kind of gives off like, oh, crazy guy vibes, and then Lex later's like, oh no, I'm gonna, even if he doesn't believe him, he mentions like, I don't want to have any what ifs.
Yeah.
Kind of. And so he's going through the extent that he is, just to find if there really was a ship. Is this guy telling the truth, or is he just a crazy old guy?
Yeah. No, the Lex plotline I thought was really good in this episode. I also specifically like too how we're talking about things culminating, and this episode I thought did a really good culmination of, at least for the most part. It obviously reversed it by the end, but it seemed like finally Jonathan was forgiving Lex.
Yeah.
At least for most of the episode, and then but like it I felt like I liked that aspect specifically, that I was like, oh, they're actually finally doing, or not finally, but like their relationship, or how at least Jonathan kind of feels about him has progressed. We finally gotten to see that, which I like specifically. But yeah, it's cool though, because we got to see, as you're talking about, like we're getting into something super important, which has me very excited for the finale to talk about. As I was saying, is that long story short, when this just leads to finding out, oh, there is a spaceship. Well, he doesn't specifically know it, but he just finds this weird
alloy thing.
Is it like octagonal? Is it 10 sides?
Yeah,
I don't remember how many sides it was.
Octagon. Yeah, and the scientist is. I thought this was a cool transition too that they did.
Going from that to the ship,
from the piece to the ship, and you see the missing piece.
That Kryptonian writing on the bottom.
Yeah.
Here's my question: is why is there just a random piece missing from the side of the ship that's exactly an octagon shape? Like, I don't want to understand.
Maybe a meteor hit it. I don't know.
Okay, but it's an octagon. Like what?
Right. What would have hit it?
Like what? I don't know.
I
hope we get an answer. I hope there's an answer in the finale. If there's no answer in the finale, I'm gonna
if you like look on your car, there's like these bolts. Like it's a bolt.
Yeah, that's a good point though, Spencer. Now that I think about it, that is a and where it is on the ship too. Like
yeah, it seems like something important, but then there's just like it's right now it's those like the game for toddlers where you put in the shape of it's like that, but it's for the spaceship for some reason. Listen, I know Clark was a toddler when he first got on the ship. At least that's most depictions.
It was just a little game to entertain
on the outside,
while they were building the thing.
Right, while they were building a thing. But like I can't with that anymore. Right. No, he's not good as a child. As
it's very obscure, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You will get an answer. You will get an answer.
I hope so. But I do like that it finally set up. It's a great way to tease the finale of where stuff is going to go down. This could be the first big case of where we really get distance between Lex and Clark next episode, and so we'll see what happens.
Well, I really liked like the mention that you had of the guy telling his story to Lex, like that, and like there was I thought this episode did really well with having everyone's stories be linked through a shared theme without it being hit on the head type thing. And that theme was trying to prove yourself or prove something. Like the guy with his story here, the crop duster guy, like no one would believe him. He's trying to prove something. Nixon is trying to find a story that can prove himself to be, this fantastic writer. Chloe is trying to get an internship at the Daily Planet to prove herself. The evil cop guy is trying to prove that he's the best darn tootin' cop in the world. And Lana as well, trying to prove herself with just trying to like tell her story and not be thought crazy. Whitney trying to prove that he can be more. He can live up to his father's memory and be more than just a football player. And Clark maybe trying to prove whether his feelings for Chloe exist, and then Lex is trying to prove that what happened that day after the meteor at the meteor shower, what happened with him, he's trying to prove that it means something.
Yeah, sure.
And Clark is trying his best to tell him to let it go, but Clark only wants him to let it go because, like, at the end of that rainbow is Clark. There's not a leprechaun, there's Clark. So, but yeah, I just thought everyone had something. It all just worked together, and you don't notice it unless you start to think about it, which is exactly the type of thing that I love.
Thinking that hurts my brain. So
yeah, very much so.
Darn. But I did like the scene towards the end with Clark and Chloe because, and I know Ian, you and I kind of brought it up with the previous episode. It seems like Clark likes the idea of being with Chloe more than being with Chloe. But I think after watching this scene, I think he's slowly starting to develop genuine feelings for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. Especially after he even said it himself that he's like, I suddenly am coming across this situation where it's like I might lose her. I might never see her again.
Yeah.
And he's just had the reveal that, oh yeah, Chloe likes me. And so yeah, he's like, yeah, I think it is maybe still a lot of that moving his feelings from Lana, but it like that little thing that he did with I love this final scene, by the way, between the two of them. It's so cute. Really good. Yeah. And just the way that she's like, she walks into the barn and she's just kind of watching him for a second. And one is probably because, he's down in a t-shirt and he's doing cool manly stuff, but it's also like, this guy saved me. He's always there for me. And so that was so perfect. And their hug, and that little thing that he does after she leaves, that with the pitchfork, he just kind of gives a little joyful.
Yeah. I think he learned.
That's genuine.
Yeah, I think he learned right now from Lana that take advantage of the moment, like in the situation. Like he's like, all right, this girl likes me. Let's see where it goes. Like, let's give it a shot. And so,
yeah,
I really did like this scene a lot. So
it's definitely a perfect. Again, this episode and the previous episode kind of just went together so well because
it really did
kind of flowed from one to the next.
Yeah. If I'm ever in a situation where a girl likes me that much, I will use Clark as inspiration to be like, just do it.
You need to get yourself a tight white t-shirt, a pitchfork.
There you go.
Do you have the
save
farm?
Someone from? No, but I need to save someone from being buried alive.
Yeah.
So not unrealistic things. I mean,
Yeah.
Most most unrealistic thing is actually looking like Clark. Like I got to get that physique.
Right.
So
yeah, me and you both. I think you're a little further along than I am, but
so I got a little bit of meat on the bones,
what is everybody's superstars for this second episode?
I think I got 2.
Yeah, I feel like this one's much easier to pick them out, and so it's like I have like a couple that first come to mind. Then there's always the obvious answer. So like,
right. I was gonna say it for me. I was thinking Martha, which I almost said last episode for what she said.
I was gonna say you kind of already.
I think I'm actually gonna go with Jonathan in this one.
Okay.
Just with his life lessons. Yeah, kind of what he teaches Clark, even with the check, because we were talking about how he's kind of forgiven Lex a bit and kind of moved on, and then when he sees that, like, oh, that's the field you were found, I think he's trying to push Lex. He's kind of like gives the check back, and he tells Clark, he's like, if they find out this is where you came from, that they find your secret, like, I don't know. I kind of liked how he kind of stood up there in that situation, but
You
I
just
also liked
think
Martha a
so.
lot. So I mean, I could
Yeah,
pick
I
either
do
of the
like
two.
that Martha like kind of challenges Clark.
Yeah, she kind of opened up his eyes and was like, "Look, it's like I said earlier. Lana's. I wouldn't say the door's closed, but she's not available right now. You almost got to pretend like the door's closed and just
Mhm.
move on. You got to move on. I think Clark would much rather have her as a friend than nothing at all. So you
Mhm.
gotta, you know. So I think I'm gonna stick with my Martha pick from last episode.
Martha!
How do you know that name?
The thing
Oh
with
man.
Jonathan though is like you'd think like I know it's like he's like starting to like soften towards Lex somewhat.
Mhm.
He even gets a little talk, a little fatherly talk from Clark.
Mhm.
You know, he's like, "How'd you get so wise?" And um, but then he like immediately like reacts and he's like, "No, Luther's bad."
Yeah.
But you'd think that if this would lead to them finding something out about Clark,
Yeah.
wouldn't you want Lex on your side and not
Yeah.
distance yourself from him,
And
like make him an enemy?
giving the check back doesn't really stop that
It
from
doesn't change
happening. I
anything.
guess now that I think about it, like, yeah, doesn't really do anything. So,
Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan. Who is your superstar, Ian?
The teddy bears.
What? 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 Wait, where was that? What?
The carnival. They were at the carnival.
Carnival.
Oh, right.
The teddy bears
my
were the
God.
reason they knew where to go.
Oh my
Or
God.
Chloe, because Chloe knew about the teddy bears.
I forgot. Teddy bears.
I told you guys, I was drawing. I've been drawing a lot of bears recently. They're so cute.
Well, there's also a clown there. Can't forget about the clown.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna draw a clown.
Why not?
That clown's kind of freaky. I wouldn't want to go to that carnival.
Mm-mm.
Probably be a Final Destination carnival. So
Probably.
yeah, I'm gonna roller coaster probably has a couple loose screws. So
I'm
YOLO.
gonna go with. Okay, I want to go with Chloe just because I love Chloe so much, and just that moment when he pulls her out of the thing underground, and she's like, "Clark, I knew it was you." It's just so good. But I'm gonna go with Lex, just because. I mean, this kind of pairs with the previous episode, but it's just this need that he has for the truth, and that he makes good decisions and bad ones to try to find his way there. It's like he's like, I see this, I want to get here, but there's obstacles, and he keeps running into obstacles where those obstacles are people that he cares about. And so it's just always this really interesting morality play that is going on with him the entire time. And he just knocks it out of the park. The actor just knocks it out of the park with every single scene that he has. So yeah, I think Lex for this one. Yeah.
Excellent. You mentioned Chloe, and Chloe was one of the two characters I was thinking about as being the superstar for this episode. But the other one, and it's kind of like a split. Like I kind of don't know between the two, but the other one is I just thought of Lana, since she had a bunch of stuff that she had to figure out and deal with in this episode. Although she should have still been able to figure out the windmill. You know what? No, I'm picking Chloe because of that now.
I was about to say that, Lex would tell you have to choose.
You would think Lana's grown up her whole life in Smallville, and she can't tell the difference between the windmills.
Do you know how many windmills there's probably are in that one? And that was the one she was afraid of, so she probably is... Never mind.
Come on, Lana. When someone's life is on the line, just forget about the past.
Lana's so selfish.
Yeah, come on,
She just wanted to get Chloe out of the way, so she was like, well, I don't want Chloe to die, but
she might be in a different state.
Yeah, she might be at a different windmill. And it won't be my fault if Clark goes the wrong one.
Exactly. Yeah, see, Lana is the true big bad of this whole series.
No, don't say
Yeah, forget Lex. Like, I think Lana becomes president at some point, probably, and just...
She would look good in a white suit.
So, Chloe, she had to go through a lot this episode. She stood up on her own. She tried a very daring escape. She got close.
She tried.
It was a very valiant effort, a lot farther than a lot of people in her situation would get. Let's be fair.
I was yelling at her to pick up a weapon in that room, but
apparently there had to be some kind of like metal bar somewhere.
No one listens to me when they're through the television screen of something that was filmed 20 years ago. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's well, 25 years ago, but yeah.
Shut up.
That's exactly how I feel when watching a sports game, and I'm like, just listen to me.
What sport were you watching tonight, by the way? I saw you looking over.
Oh, NFL playoffs, Packers, Bears.
Oh, my dad's watching that.
My grandfather's probably watching that.
And I cannot stand the Packers at all, so I would
really.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
You'd be fighting words with people I know.
I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan. Of course, I don't like the Packers.
Don't worry. All the other people I know hate the Cowboys. So,
Spencer, where are the? He's gone. Spencer, where are the Spurs from? Are they from Kentucky?
No.
All right. Is it
the San Antonio Spurs?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the basketball team.
Yeah, the Spurs are in San Antonio.
You threw me off because weren't you all just not talking about NFL teams?
We were, but
yeah.
I don't like NFL. So I was thinking about this earlier today. Where's San Antonio from?
Texas.
Oh.
It's like 2 hours from where I am.
But you said that's not the team that you follow. You follow the Mavericks, right?
I'm a Dallas-Fort Worth sports guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Spencer, do you have a basketball team?
No, I don't watch.
No, but is there one from Kentucky?
There's the college one.
Yeah, there's not an NBA team.
Yeah, there's no NBA. Yeah, there's no NFL, NBA, or anything like that for Kentucky. But,
or baseball. Y'all just have college.
College basketball was really big here. They have really lost their footing.
Mm-hmm.
Been a long time. Like, I think since I was in elementary school, since they were like actually great. So like that's a long. That's like,
hey,
it was at least 5 years ago.
Team, so.
What? Yeah. What'd you say, Ian?
I said it was at least 5 years ago.
Elementary school? What? No.
You're a young little baby.
I remember when Kentucky, there was a 1 year that they almost went undefeated through the whole season, and then I think they lost in like the Final Four, or it was the national championship itself, or something like that. They had like 37 wins.
And if I remember right, it was like the year before they won, or the year before that. Like there's that. I remember that time when they were really good, and that was the only time I was ever into it.
Yeah.
But other than those 2 years, I wasn't into it at all. I've just never been into it.
It's okay.
Football's always been my top sport, and then basketball and baseball kind of go back and forth between second. So
why football?
I've just grown up with it. I don't know if it's being from Texas. It's just.
Did you play?
No, but I mean, not competitively at least. But I've just always loved it.
But being from Texas, it's like kind of like a cultural thing, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of raised with it.
High school football is big.
Okay.
In our areas, so yeah, it's kind of just. I've been raised around it, so like I've always grown up boys watching football. So
my cousin did football for a little bit, for at least a year or two.
Professionally?
No, for his school. He's in it would have been his middle school that he did it in. I don't think he did it all in high school. I think.
Yeah, see, I was homeschooled for high school, so that when I
Just
played
high school or before?
Okay, well, middle school and high school, but so I didn't. I mean, I'll play with like my cousins and stuff, but I never played competitively. But like, I could, like, for instance, like Packers Bears, like I don't really have any stakes in the game, but I can watch it and be entertained the whole time.
No, your stakes
So
is that you want the Packers to lose.
that's true. Yes, I
Who's-
do want the Packers to lose.
Who is winning or losing right now?
It's 27-16 Green Bay
Oh,
Not
with-
getting your way.
5.5 left in the game. So
so it could be like an hour.
yeah, because the Bears have the ball, they're going for it on 4th down.
It's
So
a bunch of words that barely means anything to me at all.
and they're gonna kick a home run from the 3-point line.
So, all right. Well, let's wrap this up so you can enjoy your sports game, I guess.
I forgot we were still live. I'm like, no one cares about my football
I was
commentary.
gonna say we're still going on.
Sports.
So, what do you have going on this weekend or throughout this week, Andrew, other than your football watching?
Yeah. Tomorrow night on Cam and Focus, we're gonna be discussing the work of Robert Eggers. So looking forward to that. Other than that, you can find me over on Feast of Fandoms for Monday nights for MCU Monday. We're continuing with Jessica Jones season 3. We're on episode 2, and then Clone Wars. We're kicking off season 3. I think we're doing episodes 3 and 4. I'm pretty sure. And then I guess I'll be back here next week. So that's.
Next week's a
Okay,
big
cool.
one. Make sure you tune in next week for we'll be have our finale, covering the finale there.
Tempest.
Thank you.
It's
We're
good
covering-
time.
Yeah. We're covering Tempest. We are having a guest. Hopefully, he's able to come on. Jordan from Soups and Sabers. He said he should be good though, and so I think that's a good way to finally bring in somebody by celebrating the season and. We'll figure out exactly what we want to do because obviously, we'll need to figure out our answers for it, but then also make sure that he's ready for whatever we're doing as well. So
Yeah.
so we'll figure that out. But it's crazy. I think this is episode 12, so 13 episodes next week, and we'll be done with one of 10 seasons. So
10th of the way through the show.
10th of the way through the
I mean,
show.
it went by pretty fast.
It does feel like it went by pretty fast.
Does that mean we're gonna have 130 episodes, ideally, that we would do of the show?
Something like that?
If
It
we're able to
depends.
keep that average, yeah.
It depends. I
Yeah.
know this season is actually on the shorter end by 1 or 2 episodes.
1 episode. And then season 7 is 20 episodes because of the writer's strike.
I was just about to ask if the writer strike in 07 affected anything, yeah.
Yeah, it almost was a 15 episode season, but they just barely got enough time to do those last few, and I'm so thankful.
All right.
Nice.
Well, there we go. So yeah, make sure you tune in next week for the finale of season 1. I'm excited for that. I think that'll be an awesome fun time. What else? I should have 2 comic reviews coming out. First one will be over Cobra Commander, where me and Warren continue our adventure talking about the Energon universe. So we talked about the first volume of Transformers. We talked about Duke. Now we're talking about Cobra Commander. I really like this comic, so go check it out. It's awesome. Right.
The what universe?
Energon universe.
Are you saying Energon or Inner John?
Is that
Like
not the same thing?
Like the inner, like the inner John, like someone named John, and like a deep dive into his personal feelings. Is it that, or is it Energon like EN?
That
Energy John.
Yeah, the Energy John, because it's Transformers.
Okay.
It's the Transformer. It's the current Transformers in G.I. Joe universe, which is excellent.
Okay. Spencer,
I feel like
can
I'm
you do
losing
me-
brain cells right now.
Can you can you do me a favor, Spencer?
Yeah.
Can you say the word monster?
What about Monster?
He did it. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna just stop right there.
I'm very confused right now.
That's okay.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Cobra Commander review. I might try to put out a couple shorts. We'll see. It just depends on what I read on my own. That's not the X-Men stuff. And then Monday night have a one shot I'm playing in. D&D on the Tabletop Lounge or the Dingus Den Twitch. Make sure you go follow over there for that stuff, as well as whenever I decide to do some gaming streams on Twitch as well. I have an idea for one that I want to do tomorrow that's frog themed, which I don't know if I'm gonna do or not, but I have a frog themed Twitch stream idea that I want to do, and so I might do it. So
Kermit make an appearance.
not that frog.
Ah, darn it.
You do love lizards.
I do like lizards, but no, I said frog though. It's two frog based things, and so anyway,
is a frog not a lizard?
Isn't one's an amphibian, one's a reptile?
Oh, I thought that was the same thing.
Okay, well. Anyway, we're off, everyone. We're going to go back to school as everyone here is losing brain cells tonight, and we need to get them back somehow.
I'm gonna go contemplate my inner John.
I need to as well.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll see you all later, everybody. Till next week. Later, everyone. Bye.